A released Raw star has heavy interest from a major Indy. Plus, a top Raw star is also out of action. And a new WWE signing could be debuting this week. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. We didn't think they would do it, but WWE hindered Jinder Mahal among a series of releases from WWE in the past few days. Sean Ross Sapp has given an update on what Jinder could be doing next.
Game Changer Wrestling reportedly foaming at the mouth to book Jinder. The report states Jinder Mahal has already got heavy interest from companies about coming on, whether it be independents or whatever. GCW is like foaming at the mouth to book this guy, and they should, especially with Matt Cardona out. Jinder Mahal would probably do very well there. The Bollywood boys are there as well. Obviously, they've got history together. You know what? It doesn't surprise me at all. Like, Jinder is just, like, you know you're going to get a decent match out of him. He's really, really consistent in that regard, and he's a former WWE champion. There aren't that many of those on the indie scene. I know, like, we've had a few laughs over the years about Jinder being champion, but it doesn't matter. He was champion, and he held it for a few months as well. It doesn't surprise me at all. I feel like he strikes me as a proper TNA guy at this point.
I think that's a nice vibe.
I think that's where he'll probably end up going.
I could see him doing well there as well. I could see them really embracing what Jinder's all about and giving him that creative freedom to make something really special with that character, I think. Although I said it in the last news video, of course, with Jinder Mahal being on the free agent circuit and with Hook still doing stuff in AEW, Tony Khan once again has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Yeah. Hook versus Jinder. Let's have the match that we wanted in January.
You know what? If that happens, I hope, no. If that happens, not to hinder Hook, I hope Jinder beats him, and I hope Jinder sticks around for a little bit, because he's a guy that's not being used on telly enough, and people forget how much Jinder improved. Jinder got, like, pretty damn good, like, pretty entertaining to watch. I was thinking back to, like, when he was doing that stuff with the Rock. He'd barely been on TV at all. He came out and he just smashed it. I think he's a really good promo guy. Yeah. I think that could be a lot of fun. Will Tony Khan book him? Maybe. Will he sign him? I don't think so. If he goes to TNA, do you know what? I reckon he'll have the world title within like 4 weeks. Yeah. I think they'll fast track that.
I agree with what you say, and I genuinely think that Jinder's a great talent. I really do. However, what I will say is, if you ever wanted a finer example of an IWC dog whistle, it's Adam Pacitti going, I think Jinder should beat Hook.
Yeah,
if you ever wanted a better example.
No, I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be really...
it'd be hilarious. The funniest thing ever.
Bringing in the ex-WWE guy to job him out is too easy. Obviously, it's the right thing to do. But it's funnier if Jinder goes over, isn't it? It's a shame Hook's not got the belt anymore. Jinder is FTW champ.
Now means for the win. Good lad. An absent WWE star set to make a return, getting ready for that this week.
PW Insider reporting Sonya Deville is expected to be at the Performance Center working towards her official WWE in-ring return this week.
Enjoyed her work. Enjoy her work all the time with Sonya Deville. I think there's a lot of character that you can still utilize in that.
I agree. I think she's really decent. You know what? Because I think fans are like so aware of everything that she's been through, and she's had a pretty rocky road over the last few years, hasn't she? I hope she comes back as a babyface. She's somebody that I want to cheer.
We want to get behind her, don't we?
Yeah, we really do. I think she's great. I think she's really great. And yeah, I think like she's the perfect example, right, of why you need a mid-card champion in WWE for women. Like, I really do think that Sonya could have like a great run. I don't think she's necessarily there for like a lengthy world title reign, but a women's mid-card title would really help out somebody like Sonya Deville.
Well, and this is nice. This is something that they're experimenting with in NXT now, with the Women's North American Championship on the horizon. I wonder whether this is just testing the waters for a Women's Intercontinental
That's what
title.
I'm hoping. That's very much what I'm hoping as well, because the main roster does need one.
It certainly does. As one star gets ready to come back, it looks like another star may be hitting the sidelines. It was reported the last few days that Dominic Mysterio was replaced for numerous matches on live shows around the world, and it It led to some concerns of an injury, and last night he was seen wearing a sling, which some people thought might have been part of an angle, what with Rhea Ripley being out with a similar thing. Fightful have confirmed this is a legitimate injury, and there is currently no timetable for an in-ring return for Dominic Mysterio. I genuinely thought it was like in sympathy.
Yeah,
with
me
Rhea
too.
Ripley.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I thought as well. Well, I hope he gets well soon. Like, I like watching him wrestle. More importantly, I like watching him get beaten up. And if he's got the sling on, he probably can't get beaten up as much.
You can't beat a man up when he's got a sling on.
No, and that's a tragedy. So, yeah, hopefully he gets well soon.
So it's 2 members of the Judgment Day down, but there is some good news for the JD this week.
Absolutely. Finn Balor's WWE future revealed. It's good news for fans of Finn. Fightful Select reporting that he is expected to sign a long-term WWE contract, as his current deal is due to expire in the coming months. He confirmed the report on Twitter, saying, "I'd like to take this moment to say thank you to WWE for 10 incredible years." 10 years? After much thought and consideration, I've decided that now is the time to say, I ain't going nowhere. I don't know what that was.
He tried to suck that famous Finn Balor voice. I'm Finn Balor.
I don't know what that was.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him for wanting to stick around.
No, exactly. There's a few that would consider their options at other places, but Balor's very, very happy with where he is and very happy with what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure. I think
lad.
they're all having so much fun with the Judgment Day stuff. It'd be foolish to go elsewhere. The one question that always comes up whenever we're talking about Finn Balor is, do you think he'll have a world title again?
I don't know whether he will, unless unless he's the one that beats Damian Priest.
Oh, yeah, there's something there.
There's something there because I don't truly know where you go from Damian Priest. Obviously, Seth Rollins coming back and winning it seems like an obvious way to go. So give Damian a chance to get some air miles as a world champion, then have Seth come back and take the belt back. And
like Drew and Punk have so much like.
You don't need a belt.
You don't need the belt. You don't.
Unless Drew wins the belt off Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle and then holds it to Mania next year, or holds it to whenever Punk's ready to go, and then Punk beats Drew for it.
I want Punk to screw Drew again at Clash, because the heat would be absolutely tremendous in that place. That would be so good. You know what? There's something fun and a little bit of parallel if Finn Balor were to win Money in the Bank and then cash in on Priest.
Ooh,
I think that could be a laugh, couldn't it?
That's a spicy meatball. As they say. The draft is on the horizon, just a few days to go. Lots of Raw talent will be at SmackDown on Friday, and SmackDown talent will be at Raw next week for the draft, according to the Wrestling Observer.
Yep.
The talent, for most part, doesn't know if they're going to be moved to other brands ahead of time. Top talent may know, but it's mostly kept a secret until the announcement is made. Baron Corbin is going to be at both shows. There is a strong chance, therefore, that he's going to wind up back on the main roster. Corbin back.
Yeah. And you know what? I hope people really get behind him now, because his work in NXT alongside Braun has been really, really fun to watch. And so, yeah, I'm well up for Corbin coming back and winning some matches. Winning some matches, winning some feuds. He always gets in feuds, and he might win a match and then he doesn't win the feud. Baron's the bollocks, but I love Baron Corbin. I think he's absolutely class. So do something proper with him.
Do you bring him back? Do you bring the War Dogs back together on the main roster and have them take the tag titles?
As much as I like them together, and I think they're fun, and the talent seem to really enjoy doing that stuff, no, I don't think so, because I reckon you want to just push Braun to the moon. No disrespect to Baron at all, but the money is probably in Braun, isn't it?
I think it probably is. Some money for the Bloodline coming in this week, according to PW Insider.
The expectation within WWE is that former MLW champion Jacob Fatu will debut on WWE within the next week. The belief that they've with those that they've spoken to in creative circles is that the debut could happen as early as this week's Friday Night SmackDown in Cincinnati, and that he would be a regular on the main roster going forward. I mean, if you're gonna debut somebody on a draft episode, then the simplest way is to just draft them, and it'd be like the name pops up and everybody's like, oh, who's that? But
that one there, he knew.
Because like all eyes are on the draft picks. Do you want to do like a debut on an episode where post show everybody's going to be talking about where everyone ended up?
Well, here's what you could do. You could have it so Jimmy Uso is drafted to SmackDown. So then he gets in the ring with Solo and he's like, hey, look, I know we all fell out. All's forgiven. And Solo goes, all right, all's forgiven, and then Jacob Fatu attacks Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, why not?
Just duplicating what we did with Tama Tonga, but once again, Jimmy takes a shoe-in from the newest member of the Bloodline. Keep that dream alive. Keep that moving along. That'll be quite nice.
I reckon that Jimmy and Jay are going to end up on the same brand. I don't think we're that far away from an Usos reunion. I know that they had the barn burner match at WrestleMania, but I feel like I don't know. Jimmy is in the crap here, isn't he? Because Jay has been flourishing, and I reckon Jay might just go, "Oh, come on, throw him a bone."
Yeah, I feel like Jay's got so much mileage as a singles guy.
No, you're right.
Jimmy is very, very worryingly in this sort of Marty Jannetty zone.
Very much so. Something I never thought I would see, because they're twins. I thought they're exactly the same as each other. No, but you say that, but like Jay's going to challenge for the world title. He's going to lose that match, obviously. And then what do you do with him? Do you know what I mean? He's done a fair bit in the singles scene already. He's over. But a big Jimmy and Jay reunion, I reckon they might do it. I don't know.
Well, it's one we'll certainly keep an eye on. Brand new Desert Island Graps on the podcast feed today, chatting to Debbie Keitel about her incredible 9 lives as the greatest heel in Ireland. We talk about pretty much everything and sometimes a bit of wrestling. That's on the podcast feed right now. Tomorrow, I'm very excited about this. I spoke to him this morning. I took a call from Uganda. You've been following the soft ground wrestling movement.
Oh, yeah. The viral stuff on Twitter. Yeah.
Exclusive Cultaholic interview with Lord White.
No way!
On the podcast feed tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's incredible.
Chatted with him this morning for about an hour. Get to know the guy behind Lord White. He's got an incredible story.
That's so cool.
He's been watching wrestling for 6 months.
No way!
6 months. That's all.
He's like the next Logan Paul, isn't he? He's just picked it up like that.
His story, you'll hear it exclusively on the podcast feed tomorrow morning. If you're a patron as well as a thank you can watch the video version as well. Anything else that we need to shout about?
I'm on Twitch tonight.
You're Twitching tonight because it's a Tuesday,
tonight. It is.
See you next Tuesday. Can you tease us as to what you're watching?
No, because I don't know yet, Tom.
Wow.
I'll figure it out about 20 minutes before I start.
Join Adam to watch twitch.tv/Cultaholic from 6 p.m. GMT. It's a lovely time. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.